welcome back to Comics on TV, the only channel and only show on YouTube that actually talks about comics on TV. Well, that's not real, but who cares? It's the only show in my opinion. And I'm here with two amazing guests today. I have Ro from
Warmachine Marketing.
Thank you. And of course, Myverick, who you're actually
I'm a new member
hashtag
of this
family member, right?
Hashtag show, yes.
Oh, it's going to be great ruining you. It's going to be fantastic. You're going to love it. You're going to love it, though. It's gonna be great.
Hard to influence.
The best abuse you've ever gotten.
Exactly. See? Ro already knows. This is like his second time connected to us, and he already knows what's happening. So I mean, you'll welcome it in. It's gonna be fine for you.
Well, maybe I'll get the cool T-shirt memo next time.
And
then
how true.
If you're ruining my sense of fashion, I like it. This is what I want.
I am very good at ruining sense of fashion.
There we go. Well, Ro, do us a huge favor. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about your company.
Sure. Warmachine Marketing. What we do is we do a lot of the swag and the handouts and stuff for Comic-Con and a lot of companies. Everybody from death metal bands to Disney. Anything that's got a logo on it, we can pretty much source it out and make it. So we do stuff for Gentle Giant, for Kotobukiya, for Taco Bell. I mean, New York Comic Con, C2E2, all of those. So we do a lot of their swag, and then we also do custom action figures that look like people.
Yep.
So if you ever wanted an action figure of you, we can do you as a
So
Green
you're
Lantern.
saying we're gonna have action figures that look like us on the table next time?
Well,
yes,
yeah.
maybe.
It takes a little bit of time, I think.
If you order them, yes.
So, how does the process work as far as making
there's no 3D printing, there's no molds and no casting, so everything is hand done, fully articulated. There are at least 10 to 14 points of articulation, removable weapons, removable helmets. If you want to put yourself in the Millennium Falcon, you absolutely can. They're 3 3/4 inch figures, so standard Star Wars G.I. Joe size figures, and you get your own nameplate, and it's freaking awesome.
So let's say I want Myverick as Harley Quinn.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I can get that done.
We can also do mashups. So if you want to be a Harley Quinn Wolverine, we can do that too.
In fact, Myverick, what do you want to be? We'll make sure the producers get it done. What do you want?
Well, that sounded amazing. Like if I had her body, but then the natural like beard Wolverine-ness, I think that's a good combo.
That's awkward, but
yeah.
I can see
that's
that.
when things are going that way. You have to be able to get to every audience.
Which is I mean that's a good point.
Staying with the times, media now.
That's exactly. I mean we did a Doctor Who Han Solo mashup. We've done we just did a Darth Vader Joker mashup for Loot Crate for their Mega Crate winners. We did what else did we do? We did Deadpool Clone Troopers. We've done Deadpool Jedis.
And then you're gonna do Myverick with a Wolverine beard.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's the next thing.
That's
okay, well, we're getting it done. It's gonna happen. It's
done.
gonna happen.
Make it happen.
So what do you have coming up for Comic-Con? Anything big? What do you got
we have our
doing?
booth, which is booth. Hold on, I got it right here. There we go. 5144. That's our booth at Comic-Con. So we're gonna have a whole huge display of our figures and everything like that, and we're gonna be selling tons of stuff as well.
Do you have a figure in your pocket?
I might.
Oh.
I was gonna say,
yeah. There you go. I'll put one there for you as well.
Nice.
So that's me right there, and that's my wife is Freddie Krueger.
Oh, dude. Okay, this is actually pretty dope.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So we can do all sorts of figures. The only figures we won't do the Incredible Hulk. We won't do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and we won't do anybody as an alien. So if you want to be Greedo, you're gonna kind of just look like Greedo.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Rather than kind of setting it up to fail, we just pretty much say no on all of that sort of stuff.
So
but
anything green.
Else, yeah, pretty much. Or aliens, just things that don't look human. And the Incredible Hulk is just a regular person whose face is stretched out and warped. So it's like it just wouldn't really look like a person,
Okay. I mean, I get it.
And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you'll just basically look like a green G.I. Joe guy, which just doesn't lend well.
Well, then no, it's not going to show up well or anything for anyone. Right. That makes sense. That makes sense.
But it's cool, though. We could do, like, custom Mandalorian stuff. We can do horror figures. We can do DC, Marvel, G.I. Joe. I mean, we've done kind of it all.
As long as it has the human anatomy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I wanted to be the Flash...
We could totally do
I could do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah? So before we even get into me becoming the Flash, let's talk a little bit about the episode.
Sure.
A little bit. Just a
tiny bit.
Are you Flash fans? Have you guys read up on Flash?
Well, Grant is a very handsome man. He's easy on the eyes, so it's not hard to miss out on him. But yeah.
True. Okay. Yeah, so that's true. I mean, you're gonna see him on screen. You're like, oh well, I'm watching this now. I don't care what's happening. Yeah, go ahead. Tell me anything you want. Run fast. I mean, that makes sense. I get it.
Yeah.
What about yourself?
That wasn't my first inclination, really. But no, you know what? I'm not a huge fan of the CW shows and whatnot. I've actually always been more of a Marvel guy.
Oh.
So the Flash, to me, the Flash, Arrow, Smallville, I remember watching a couple episodes and not really being into it. And then with the Flash and Arrow and whatnot getting so much more popularity and people were really, really into it, I wanted to really give it a shot. And the Flash really changed my mind on it. It's a really good show. It's really well done. Way better than I was expecting.
So there you go.
Yeah,
there
so
you go.
I'm definitely
You're welcome, Greg
a new
Valenti.
fan.
We just converted someone over
Yes.
to a show that he usually never would have watched because of us, not because of what you're already
Nope,
doing.
that's exactly
So
it.
that's important.
Yes.
That's good. That's good because they let them know we did this,
Yes.
not him. So
You heard it here first.
So you've been watching the show, and just going over it, Flash versus Zoom, that's pretty much what we're dealing with still right now at the moment. Zoom is pretty much Flash's, nemesis. Essentially, he knows everything as far as concerning, Flash's abilities, what he's capable of, and he has already stolen his Speed Force ability,
Right.
and now Flash has gained it back, and now that he has, now we're dealing with Zoom just kind of holding hostage his girlfriend, which is weird, and now also being a bad guy.
Right.
I mean, that's pretty much where we were for
And
this
kind of
episode.
putting together his own Legion of Doom.
Yeah,
kind of
well,
thing.
at the end of the
Yeah,
episode,
you know,
that's
it's
what
like-
we had. That's what
Right,
we had.
which I thought was really cool.
That was really cool.
I kind of wasn't expecting that.
That was pretty cool at the
Legion
end.
of Doom moment. I
That
just
was
wanted
pretty
the
cool.
thing to come out of the swamp. You know, old school style. That would have been rad.
Now, with that, how do you feel about the whole? How both of you guys feel about the Speed Force itself, the thing that gives Barry his speed, the thing that makes Grant cooler because he's not only good looking but now he can run fast, being sentient, being actually a manifestation that could talk to him. How'd you guys feel about that?
Want me to go first?
Yeah, you can take that.
I actually dug it. I like the fact that the Speed Force is kind of, it's not just this thing that's, that just powers him. It's this sentient kind of thing. It's almost like, I don't know, like kind of like Green Lanterns, how everything comes from Oa. It's a really cool way to do it where he can, I don't know, in a weird way, it's almost like, I was comparing it earlier to the train station in Harry Potter, when Harry dies, when Voldemort kills him and he sees Dumbledore in the train station and Dumbledore goes, hey, you can either get on the train and that'll take you somewhere or you can go back, and I thought it was a really cool thing. It was almost like just being on the edge of heaven, and whoever, God, St. Peter, whatever you believe in, giving you the choice.
Okay.
Giving you the choice. So it really is. So the Speed Force is essentially the soul. His soul. It's his soul, his consciousness, and how. In everybody's soul and conscious, you have your devil and your angel kind of thing, and but which side you choose is really up to you. And I think that was the cool thing about the Speed Force, was that it showed him all of these different choices that either he's made or that he has.
Right.
And that's why, even when he sees his mother at the end, she's like, it's time to let go. But it was his choice ultimately to let go. And when he finally let go, that's when, he grabs Iris's hand and comes back, and chooses the side of the living, which I thought was really cool. What it makes me wonder is if, for somebody like Zoom or Reverse Flash or whatever, if they would have a similar experience. That's kind of my thing, is like, okay, well, that was great for Barry, and he got to see all his dead family members and all his friends and all these things. Like, what would Zoom see? What would Reverse Flash see? What would
Do you feel like this was a lot of times in episodes you have filler episodes, like the main female cast gets pregnant, and so like she's obviously not pregnant in the past episodes, so then they do filler shows. So do you think that this was introduced as like a climax, a turning point in the episode, or do you think that this was brought on as a filler episode? Do you think it's essential to what's going on?
I think it was essential to what's going on, because I think everybody was kind of at that kind of precipice where, everybody, like, nobody really knows what's going on. There's all this danger, and the one guy who can really save everybody is Barry. But throughout the entire series up until this point, Barry's thing has always been not being able to save his mom.
Right.
Everything that happened to his mother and father and everything like that. And I think this episode, especially with it being called The Runaway Dinosaur, it was his favorite book when he was a kid that his mom read to him. I felt like it was a really good closure episode for him. Like,
Okay.
and that's why you could kind of see it just being that it was directed by Kevin Smith and all these sort of things, that it's like, oh, it's just like standalone Kevin Smith episode, but it really wasn't. I feel like it was a real good closure point, like a really good end point. So it's like when he's about to face Zoom now, like he can kind of go into it with a much more mature attitude, not still being that 8-year-old who watched his mother die.
So a good climax for the episode.
I think so.
Just send it off to.
So then definitely, yeah, it wasn't a filler then, I guess. But originally, ultimately, I thought maybe it would have been. But now that you asked the question the way you did, definitely, I'm feeling like, man, maybe it wasn't a filler episode.
Right, I think it was a turning point.
You just changed my whole mind.
He really did. He achieved that maturity. I mean, think about it. You know, when you hold something so close to yourself, especially a tragedy from the past, you know, it kind of prevents you from moving forward with a lot of aspects of your life. And I think when he was reciting the book back to his mom, I think that was literally his being like, yeah, I get it. Like, I have to let this go. Jeez. And that's the next level of maturity. That's our own personal evolution in our lives.
It's not bad. Now, moving into just
Real deep.
Moving on into just DC itself, there's been a big shakeup now because Supergirl is coming to CW. So now that we already had the crossover episode, which was cool, but now that she's going to be there, do you expect to see all of these DC characters, Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, Flash, everyone get together for like some big event? Like they're going to have their own Infinite Crisis or something maybe?
Do you mean to bring them together so that there's like a cross, like for instance in the X-Men, like First Class, they have like where the new cast versus the old cast, so that there's a reason why they cross paths?
Yeah, like I wonder, are we going to have a moment where all of them meet up for just one big thing? Like, are we going to see something where everyone meets up and there's some huge event?
Well, now you have like Civil War, you have Apocalypse. There's lots of things in the media that are already doing that, where they're throwing movies and things together to match up to each other.
So why not TV? Like, it's genius. And when they have their own universe, that's like, I want to see it happen.
See, that's why I think Marvel does that really well. But with DC, they end up changing it. You know, they end up changing too many things too often. So it's like they never really mesh all that well together. So it's almost like the continuities don't even mesh that well together. And that's always been my problem. That's what I love about S.H.I.E.L.D. is like S.H.I.E.L.D. they'll be like, oh, remember Sokovia? And it's like, I do remember that. You know,
that is something I remember.
Exactly. You know, it's like, and everyone has those same memories in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is what I really dig. But I feel like with DC, it's always been fragmented. And I think that's always been DC's biggest mistake. Warner Brothers' biggest mistake is that it's always fragmented. There's never a single continuity. And I hope they bring it together. I think Infinite Crisis would be a bit of a serious long shot. You know, Flashpoint maybe, something like that.
True.
You know, but I think for them to try to bring, I mean, even just for them to bring Superman and Batman together was a freaking nightmare.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so it's
took
like
forever.
It took forever, and it's still clunky. It still had right. It still had no. There was nothing that felt fluid about it. Whereas you watch Civil War, you watch Avengers. There is a serious fluid motion that is going through these movies.
The chemistry that the director has put between the characters is much more fluid.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but they've been able to evolve together.
Right.
You know, Captain America, Avengers, all of them have been able to evolve together. It's like you have whatever. Let's just say Michael Keaton, and then you have Clooney, and then you have Christian Bale, and now you have Ben Affleck. It's like it just changes too much, and I feel like when it does that, it splinters the audience and it splinters the stories even more. So
and your perception of Batman too.
Exactly.
Like
so I think it dilutes it. I think it dilutes those stories by not creating that continuity. You know, and the fact that they're not going to use Grant Gustin, you know, the Flash, that they're not going to use him for the films. It's like, all right, that's yet another slice and dilution of that continuity.
True.
You know, and that's always been my thing with DC. I always felt like that's why DC was always several steps behind Marvel, was because they couldn't maintain that.
Okay. Now, see, this is something that I really want to discuss and break down, but we are running out of time, so we're going to cut it short. We definitely want to see both of you back here again. I mean, Maverick, you're killing it with the questions. Seriously, I didn't think about things the way I did until you did. And then, of course, a wellspring of knowledge, and it's killing me here. So it's like I need to have you back. But it's great. It's great. It's a good thing.
Maybe he'll die.
So do me a huge favor, both of you. If you could, Ro, tell us where people can find you.
Sure. www.warmachinemarketing.com or facebook.com/warmachinemktg. Go and check out our stuff. It's great. Sweet.
And Mav?
Right here. We're going to be on the hashtag show. I'm the new girl. So keep an eye out for me.
Well, what are you going to be covering?
I'm doing more of the Comic-Con, like anything that is more like groundwork and some new behind the scene things that hopefully are going to come about, giving people more of the audience take, because I'm still new at it all as well. I probably know more mainstream things, and so it's going to be me getting to know new things and a fresh face, so I hope that people kind of journey along with me.
Perfect. That's what we're looking for. So this is going to be great. And thank you guys for joining in. Thank you for watching. You can always check us out here on YouTube, that hashtag show. This is Comics on TV. You can see all of our videos we have Monday through Friday. We're always putting something up, so pay attention to us. And remember, every good host has an even better sign off. Good night, guys.